Hello, Laura.
Hi, how are you?
You're calling in from an undisclosed location.
Yes, from a basement in the suburbs. Help me. No, I am calling in from my what will be my new home studio, but as you can hear, not a lot going on in this space quite yet. But this is where I am in this moment, and so I'm dialing in for our live from Skokie. Hello, everybody.
Skokie, the Porto of Illinois.
That's what they say. That's what they say. So, hello, Allison. It is so nice to see you. And looking at you in a sweatshirt is it's a bloody miracle. I can't believe how nice it is outside. I'm sorry to start right up top with weather chat, but I think we can all
Weather
agree
talk.
there's a lot going on weather-wise around the world. It's yeah, of course. Can't have it all, Elle. Of course it's gotta be crap air quality. Why would it be perfect?
At
Can't
this
have it.
point, the windows are open. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, like
I
whatever.
already got the black lung. I've been in Chicago for so long. It's just there. Take me, smoke. I don't care.
At this
Yeah.
point, I can just have the windows open and it's a million. It's just so nice. It's so nice.
It's
I
so nice.
had coffee in my backyard today. It was just like freaking beautiful. I did it. I downloaded the Audubon app. I learned all about indigo bunting. I'm like killing it out here.
And you did that before it was mandated by the suburb community.
That's right. They're coming for me. I mean, our neighbors are slowly introducing themselves. They're all retirees and really keep to themselves. And so it was implied that I needed to get my birding app on board. We had to get going. So
Well,
that's
I'm
that's
glad they
happening.
didn't test you right off the bat. They were like, "Oh, do you hear that
I'd be
bird?
like, I
What do you
don't
think
hear it.
that
I
is?"
don't hear it. At least we have enough cicadas around to give me plausible deniability for another couple weeks. But I got to get on it. I got to do it.
Yeah, they will kick you out of the suburbs. They really, really will.
It's time. It's time to get, not that we haven't been really into birds for a while, thanks to our favorite board game, Wingspan, but it's fun to catch them like Pokemon in real life. It's fun.
You know, yeah, yeah. That's how you know you're in your 40s. Laura,
Yes,
41.
that's right. And one, 40 and one. The last time you all saw me, I was a fountain of youth at the young age of 40. And now I've crossed into my 40s. I am now 41 years old, had a birthday, and received many birthday wishes from those watching. So thank you all. That was very kind and lovely.
So nice.
Um, yes, thank you, Pam. That's so nice.
I was
And yeah,
first.
Allison was the first, and for a while the only, and I was like, okay. I blame it on me really not using, like aggressively not using Facebook anymore, so no one really knows. And I don't have an easy to remember birthday like Allison does, which falls at the end of the year, like literally at the end of the year. It's so nice. But she doesn't like to talk about it, but it's easy to remember. Whereas mine is just some 20th day in July and no one ever remembers. So
No.
that's, yeah, that's on me. That was a poor choice on my part.
Yeah.
But that's when it is. So,
Well, good. Well, I like to be first, but I also like to get it out of the way. As a non-birthday person, I don't really wish people happy birthday very often, because that's just not part of my priorities. But when I think of it, I gotta get it out of the text
early.
message. Yeah, early. Because if I sit on it, it's not gonna come back into the brain. So yeah, that's why
I
Laura
said
got the
I
14 a.m.
very helpful, and that's really the only time I was near the phone. Because as tens of you know, I was riding my bike across Iowa, and I had to
You
pack
have
up my tent.
thigh tan lines to prove it, Laura.
I sure do. They won't quit. They'll never quit. Here we go. This is premium content. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Um, guys, it was hot. It was hot in the corn sweat.
Hot in the
Um,
corner.
There is just you want to talk about sitting duck. Like there is just nothing you can do. I mean, I was just SPFing constantly, but you're just like on a highway around corn, which means there's no shade, and you're just whoop. So I did this year, I did a good job of, I mean, you can still see very stark tan lines here, but I did not burn my arms. I did the sun sleeve, like the little sun sleeve, made a big difference.
Oh, the sun
Did
sleeve.
the sun sleeve. I'm in my 40s now. We can't play around with melanoma, all right? You just can't.
It is
You
not a
can't.
laughing matter.
I have very weird neck tans because again, there's nothing you can do. You're just in position.
Either.
So your neck gets weird, right? I did pretty good from like here to here, and then it's just you just cook. So the weird tan lines are the badge of honor for sure, but the thigh meat just really got it. Just really got it this year. But that's okay. It was all worth it. I had so much fun.
Good. That was going to be my next. That was going to be my next question, because 2 years ago when you wrote this, you texted me halfway through. You said, "Do not. I repeat, do not let me do this again."
Yes. And really, Allyson took her job seriously and reminded me. She took screenshots. She reminded me she did. But the reality is, I love this event. This is my fourth time doing this event now. And I didn't want to go out that way. I didn't want to go out like hating the experience, because that's a week of your life, like to be miserable. That's no point. No. So I really wanted to go back and at least have like a good time, and mission accomplished. This was fun. It was the second shortest ride across Iowa in the 52-year history. It was hilly, but only on the last day. And yeah, the heat was crazy, but it's the end of July and August. Or the end of July in Iowa. That's always going to be the case. Like it's never. We're obviously experiencing some insane temperature spikes lately, but even back in the 80s, when I was spending my childhood there, it was freaking hot. There's not a lot of. I was reading this article by this guy from West Virginia who did the ride, and he was like, in West Virginia we have cooling breezes, and in Iowa they have wind. And I feel like that was a good way to put that. There's just wind.
Yeah, that's a Midwestern signature.
Yeah,
where the
just
wind
wind.
just feels like you're behind a bus.
Yep, that's it, totally it. It's like you're in someone's mouth,
Yeah.
but there's concrete. And you're like, God damn. So I saw a couple of updates from you all back in Chicago, just being like 98 degrees, like we're not moving, we're not doing it. So that's just what's happening broadly. But yeah.
Today, and I'm in a cozy sweatshirt, and I couldn't be more excited about it. Oh my
And
gosh.
that's really a perfect transition, because upon my return, I saw a major product launch. So, Allyson, talk to us about the hoodie behind you and the sweatshirt that you're wearing. What is going on with this Allyson Dikeisen merch exclusive?
Well, Laura, as it turns out, I need money.
Mm,
And I
heard.
can't teach in the fall because I've chosen to move. And therefore, I have thought
Mm,
about finding alternatives to make money. And I thought about a lot of things, and a lot of them don't work for me. Selling my feet pictures. That wasn't gonna be cool
oh,
because I walk a lot and they're not great. I don't think I would have gotten
oh,
a lot
okay.
of money from that. Yeah, I
Okay.
am,
Well,
as forementioned, 41 years old. Um,
yeah.
so that was limiting in the amounts of different body parts I could also sell for money. So
Okay.
that wasn't working. So I thought, you know what? Why don't you design some products and try to sell it to people who might think that they were cute too? So that's what I'm
Okay.
going to do.
It's helpful. You've been very helpful about documenting the process of moving lately, and now documenting your thought process on merch is also proving super helpful. So you're transparency queen, and it shows. So we appreciate it's feet, then parts of the body, then merch. Those are the
Nobody wanted
order.
it. Yeah, and
Okay,
nobody wanted it. I didn't have hair to sell like Joe March.
that's
Couldn't
right.
sell my hair. So that was disappointing too. So yeah, so I turned to the merch, and I spent a lot of time. I finally this morning figured out how to put tax on my website. That was something that I couldn't figure out. I've done that
Well,
now. So if
it's
you have
pretty
any questions,
impossible, I have to say. I've tried to figure it out so many times, and cannot. So can't wait for that
and
meeting. Can't wait to
I'm
meet
like,
with you about that.
simply turn it on. Simply turn it on.
And then
I
they're
need a
like,
little
and then
more.
rates, right? They're like rates, and also this state, and then like manually enter it per state. And you're like, what? What? No, couldn't be
Yeah,
me.
yeah. So if you purchased, you've been shopping tax free at AllisonDiekeisen.com up until about 31 minutes ago when I finally cracked the code. So, whew, that feels good. That feels good
It's
to figure
so
out.
hard to figure out. I'm impressed with you. I've tried
Thank you.
for years now, and then I keep giving up because it's too
Well,
complicated.
I did it. I did it. I did it. And I can help you learn. Yeah, I can help you.
Amazing.
And I also think I figured out how to post to Instagram and have that button that says shop now and you can buy it right from
Amazing.
there. I have not confirmed that. That's also something I was working on this morning. Um, you won't be able
I'm
to
just
see it because
curious.
I have to
Oh,
post a
darn. Oh, it's not
I have to,
live yet.
oh, it's not like because I'm going to do a post and then I have to, but I was testing it a little bit. Of course, I can't figure out something's wrong with the t-shirt syncing, so I can't do it with the t-shirts, which are
Ugh.
my highest selling item. Of course, but hey, I'm 90% there. I have 10 products, 9 of them work. Even I can do the math there. 90% effective. I feel like that's a win. I'm going to take that win to the bank. So
Oh yeah. And people act like making your own clothes is complicated. Come on. This is impossible. So
impossible, impossible. Yeah. And when you are just us, you have to do literally everything.
yeah.
Um,
You
and
can't dial an extension to your finance person and have them tell you. They don't there's
it's
no
true.
you're the finance person.
It's
It's
true. It's true.
you.
I had a one-on-one this morning, and one-on-one, it went great. Everything was great.
Good.
And then, bless her heart, I know what she wanted to say. But instead of saying what she wanted to say, she said, Allison, I think you do a bad job of marketing because it's really not clear how great your classes are. And I was like, well, I'll call my marketing department and have them get right
They're
on that.
all fired. Yeah.
Yep. Thank you. Thank you for that feedback. So helpful for me right now.
Uh,
Bless her. There was a compliment in there somewhere. Whew.
well, we know what she meant, and it is hard to convey how much value the classes bring, but you do a very good job of marketing, in fact, among our peers, being as opposed to me, for example, just for a random example. But it's difficult. Allison is considered like the gold standard among our group of small business owner friends. And so to hear that is a little demoralizing.
Yeah, it was tough. I was like, she didn't mean it like that, but it definitely was
No,
like, oh my God, are you fucking kidding? Because
no, but you
I
know
have
what?
not
It's
the meta ad shit again all morning, just like, I guess I'll read this article again. I guess I'll read this article again. Okay, I guess
but
I'll
then
get this.
now this week Google has flipped the switch where it's like only AI on that homepage, and like the percentage of people clicking through the links is like in the toilet. So is SEO even worth it at this point? It's like what people have built entire careers on blogs still, like
Yeah,
the cooking people still do blogging because of SEO, and that's like gone. It's it's another Wild West. So it's like you get proficient in the system. Now I'm just ranting. Hope the
I know.
numbers, watch the numbers tank. But it's like you put this effort into learning what the system, which was us, I would say that was us with Instagram Live during the pandemic, for example. And we got really good at that iteration of Instagram. And then that went away. And like those capabilities are still there, but they're heavily suppressed in favor of encouraging people to make fake TikToks, aka Reels.
Right.
And so then it was like that live wasn't there. So we were so lucky timing wise that things fell apart when we fell into our own social network. But
Yeah.
like it's been so then we get good that then you get good at the email marketing for the platforms that exist, and then that changes. It's so hard, which
Yeah.
no one wants to hear about. But it's like being good at marketing in this day and age has never been more difficult. Never been
Yeah.
more difficult.
Yeah. God. Yeah. So yeah. I'm gonna take the 2 wins this morning that I
She
got.
derives value from your classes, is what that means, which is true and awesome to
Yeah.
hear.
And I should be more
And
popular. I mean, let's be
yeah,
real. Obviously, that's
yes,
true. No, please
100%.
don't tell your friends. I don't need this shit. Okay.
It's just we need we need to keep feeding the beast, but not too much,
Right. Right.
please.
Balance. Balance. Yeah, there's a
Not
balance.
too much.
Yeah,
I don't
not too
want to
much.
go viral. I don't want to. I don't want that.
Please don't.
So, mm-mm.
No. God no. Um but yeah. So I'm selling these. Look how cute. Look how cute. Laura, I feel like you helped yourself to a t-shirt.
Oh, surprise. Surpresa. Now, see, if that's not marketing prowess, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. I really don't.
Meta did not tell me to do that. I did that on my own. Yeah.
You
That
know,
was just
I'm generally in a t-shirt refresh moment. I'm going for a more like cropped boxy t-shirt silhouette these days,
you
as
will have
opposed,
to make some edits to the t-shirt that you receive in the
yeah.
mail.
And that's
You
okay.
will.
I'm in a cropped boxy moment with the t-shirts I'm reaching for, not so much in our, teen era of a tighter t-shirt with a cap sleeve. Like I'm not really into that anymore. So I love a croppy box. It works really nicely with my pinafores with the slight drop sleeve. So it's just adding to my collection. I'm into it.
Love it. Love it. Well, I can't
And
wait.
I like having like more knitting merch to wear at retreats and things that isn't necessarily wool because it can get toasty. It can.
Toasty. Plus, we're really leaning into vests and cardigans. We need
Yes.
layering pieces,
It's
obviously.
important. It's
So it's
important.
very important. Yeah, very
So I'm
important.
loving the tee. Loving the tee. Love a good crew neck like you're wearing. Those are my other favorites. But I have my dancing hot dog sweatshirt from Iceland, so it's tough. It's tough to compete sometimes. So I wanted it to be at top of the pile all the time.
I get it. And
Yeah.
now that it is, I mean, it's not really, I'm kind of stretching it with the sweatshirt wear, honestly. It's not really sweatshirt weather, but once sweatshirt weather starts to roll in, man, sales are going to be through the roof, especially since maybe I have figured out how to get people to buy things from Instagram. So look
Ah,
out.
for
Look out.
now, for today. So if you see it, we are able to operate it today in the iteration of Instagram that exists today. So you better pull the trigger.
Better
Don't
pull the
hesitate.
trigger. Yeah, better pull the trigger. Oh my gosh. Well, Laura, while you were driving across Iowa on your bike,
Riding. Yes.
driving your bike,
Yes.
driving your
It
bike
was a lot
across
of work. I want credit for the riding. I want it. I want my seat. My
riding.
seat is still recovering. Yes.
Driving does feel more active than riding.
It's honestly terrifying to get into a vehicle after you've been biking for a week because you're just like, oh God, go fast! Like you can't handle it because you're still looking like at the front of the road. You're looking for like where places where your tire can fall in, and it is like very disorienting.
I bet.
Um,
I
yeah,
feel scared of cars always.
it's terrifying. Yeah, cars are very scary. Cars are
Cars are
very
very
scary.
scary. Yes.
Yeah, they really are. So,
I was preparing for my visa interview.
yes.
That was on Monday that I got made it to. Um, and now I'm on the other side of that, but I feel like now it's Thursday. I feel like I've not come down from that. I still feel like the panic of needing all of the things is still there. So I see what I shouldn't be doing is fucking around with my website like a crazy person. I should be like taking some time to
Yes.
sit and try to relax,
Yes.
which I have not been able to do, honestly, because
At
I'm
all.
just dialed.
So you are documenting this process of your move to Portugal and
Uh,
all of the things that are happening.
I'm putting it on my Friendster. So my MySpace page, it does feel insane to be back here where I'm like, oh, time to write my blog post.
Yeah,
But I think it's kind of fun. I'm enjoying it, and I've already
totally.
liked to see the previous posts, like what I was kind of looking at and thinking about at the different times of this process. So I think people are enjoying it because I'm getting a lot of nice responses from people,
Yes.
and I'm enjoying it myself. So it's been fun. I'm seeing some people who are here who've been leaving me very nice messages. Um,
Yeah.
Laura, on Sunday,
Yeah.
when I found out that so I found out that my flight was canceled at about like 2:40, and I had a class that I was supposed to teach at 3. And I was like freaking out. Shane and I are like trying to figure out what the best options are. And then I got that Zoom notification that was like, your class starts in 5 minutes. And I was like, holy shit. Well, I can't fucking do this. This is crazy. I gotta like figure out how to get to DC. So I was like, I'll just log on real quick. There's not enough time to email everybody that the class is canceled. So I'll just log in real quick and like explain what's going on, and then we'll reschedule. So at 3 o'clock, I log on. Ponka, shout out to Ponka. Ponka was there, and Blair was there, and Blair's like wearing her beautiful sweater, and like
Oh.
the pictures come on, and I'm like, guys, and just burst into tears. Like it was crazy, and they were all like,
Oh.
I was like, it's okay. I just figured it out. I gotta switch my plane. And they were like, okay, okay, okay. And I was like, Blair, your sweater looks so beautiful. She's like, thank you. Okay, bye. It was so
Oh
sweet.
no.
But and you're just like, oh yeah, I'll just real chill to explain what's going on. And then it was just like waterworks instantly,
Yeah.
which is, looking back, completely understandable. It was just funny in the moment that I thought I could just like real quick explain the situation to people in like a reasonable way and then
Right.
continue on my day.
Well, to highlight folks that have not read the blog post yet, as they should have, this is a signed reading if you're watching this program. The function that we're talking about, you were going for your visa interview at the Portuguese consulate, yes?
No,
No,
no.
okay.
They outsource their visa applications
Interviews.
to a
Okay,
company called VFS, I think, Global, and the Illinois people have to go to DC
that's what it was.
for their interview process, and then that company gives it to the Portuguese consulate.
Got it. But Allison had this particular date and time that she had to be in Washington, D.C. And so when her flight wasn't delayed, it was just flat out canceled. And that's the absolute worst case scenario. for this tight turnaround time, which normally we're traveling for, we're not meeting tiny, tight windows when we're flying, so it's not as urgent. So this was just like literally the perfect storm.
Yeah. And like every other flight was canceled. So we got a United flight. It was originally an American flight. American couldn't get us there until like 1 p.m. on Monday. And so
Gonna
we
do
got
it.
on a United flight that left around 7:30, but then we had that for like 20 minutes before that was also delayed like 2.5 hours. And so then I moved to a flight that was delayed from earlier in the day was supposed to have taken off already, but hadn't. And for some people must have been bailing. You know, it's so easy with the apps. You can just go in and out of flights like willy-nilly.
Yeah.
So we must have been able to like sneak onto that flight that was in like that delay zone still. And we were like,
Yeah.
well, let's just fucking get to the airport and figure this out. Still, we did not get off that plane until after midnight. It was horrible.
Yeah. But you got there.
We got
And
there.
then you arrived and things were processed. You had a very organized binder. Yes.
Yes, it's still sitting here. I keep looking at it like, what's left in here? What didn't I give them? I had extras. I had extra information.
Yeah. Important.
But yeah, I got this really long, detailed receipt of all of the things that I fucked up. But everything was fixable. So I'm not going to lose that. I'm going to put that right back.
That it goes in the binder. That's where it goes.
I don't know. I don't know what to do with it. It's freaking me out. So it's going to sit there. It's my
there.
security blanket binder at this point.
Yeah. Just carry it around. It's good.
I will.
So
But
that interview was in the morning, right?
yeah. Yeah.
And then but then you were able to relax afterwards a little with your binder, of course. I
With
mean,
my
keeping
binder.
your binder
Yeah.
close.
We got the fuck out of Washington, D.C., as you do, because actually we swung by the White House and flipped it off, and then we got the fuck out of Washington, D.C.
Naturally.
And then we went to Baltimore and had a lovely, like, 18 hours in Baltimore, where it was 1 trillion degrees.
Yeah.
It was great. And it was what was really nice, and Shane and I kept saying this, it was nice that we didn't just turn right back around on Monday, because we were so dialed up from everything.
Yes.
And just to like go back to work like business as usual right after that would have been.
Yeah.
So it was nice to like take some time. Like we had a really beautiful lunch, and we went to the Baltimore O's. We went to the Orioles game, and like it was nice to be able to be like, wow, that happened. But I still feel like I still feel a little disoriented about everything. So, but yeah, that's there, and now I think we just wait.
And now you wait, which sucks, which is probably part of the not being able to unwind piece. Because after all that work, you would like some sort of like approve. Yeah. You'll hear on this date, that kind of thing.
No. So there's a tracking, which I haven't even looked at yet, because I'm sure it'll just say it is tracking. It's like when you order something and you're like, oh, tracking. And it's like,
and it's not even, and they haven't printed the label yet.
No, exactly. They have not printed my labels yet.
So to speak. Yeah.
Yeah, that's for sure. So yeah. So we're hanging. Laura, you came over to my house.
I did.
To a poopy dog.
Yeah. Well, not to put too fine a point on it, but I arrived back from Iowa at 10:30 p.m. on Saturday, July 26th, which is my birthday. To Skokie, where my lovely boyfriend Brooke had moved his entire apartment. I battled through a towers of boxes to a bed that did have clean sheets on it per my stipulation, and a folded clean towel. That was very kind. Slept for a bit. unpacked the kitchen to make a coffee, basically. And then started to boogie on down to Allison's house. And on Lincoln Avenue, my car decided that accelerating was not an option. The check engine light came on, and it was like chitty chitty bang bang. It was like this in the car. And everyone behind me was not happy about that.
They started not
Some,
happy because it's Chicago and you're in a car, so everyone was
yeah.
already pissed. And they
And it
just
was,
love an excuse to get more pissed.
oh yeah. And it was a heat index of 103. So no one's
No
being
one's doing
great.
their best.
Through sheer will, I guided the car on coasting only to a Jiffy Lube. And then an hour after they had closed, left the car in the parking lot saying, well, if they tow it, I'll have a different problem to deal with tomorrow. And then walked from Jiffy Lube to my house to get Allison's key, and then to Allison's house to a very tummy upset Royal. Poor guy. And then both Royal and I went to bed basically at 7:30 because we were exhausted.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was mostly I was very grateful to Hannah, shout out to Hannah, who was on royal duty the next day because not wanting to further stress out an already stressed Allison and Shane, I was just like, Hannah, this is going on with my car, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, it's cool, man. It's cool. It's cool. And I was like, it'll be fine, I'm sure, but blah, blah, blah. And she was like, yeah, peace and love, Canadian.
Very Canadian. Yeah, that
Yep.
Canadian. Yeah.
And then everything worked out in the morning afterwards. A lot of shenanigans, but it involved my car needing a lot of work and me needing to once again get on my bike and bike to Evanston Stitchworks and from Stitchworks down to Jiffy Lube, which was not really the play after biking 410 miles.
Literally, Laura, a quote unquote, Laura and I had about an hour and a half debrief on Sunday morning before Laura's car exploded and before my flight was canceled. And Laura said, quote, it's going to be a long time before I get back on that bike. Little did we know at the moment that long time was about 6 hours.
Yep, not true. And once again, back on a bike in a heat index of about 110. So live, laugh, love. That's the life. Honestly, though, it was pretty fun. That bike is fun, but goddamn, it was just like something going on transportation-wise for the two of us. It was just like, I think maybe you and I are always like, oh, it'll be easy, it'll be fine. And I feel like usually it is. And something about the last week has just been like, no, it won't. And this is, and this is really was the impetus. We had a lovely Best Fest midnight on Tuesday. That we just came in real hot, didn't have a lot of knitting talk to do because we've been getting through moves and organizing our lives. And instead, we just talked about how it's kicking the dick summer, man. It just feels like being repeatedly kicked in the dick over and over again. We figure it out because we're us and that's what we do. But couldn't it be a little easier? Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes.
It just would be. It would be.
Yeah.
But fortunately, you got where you needed to go. Royal's doing better, I hope.
Yes, he is. He's doing great.
Doing better.
Despite all the rain yesterday. He's doing great.
Okay.
Nothing like getting woken up in the middle of the night about 10 hours before you mandated need to leave. And people are coming to your home to watch your dog.
He's like, listen, he's like, I went through enough.
Yeah. And then you were woken up to explosive dog diarrhea. And there's just nothing you can do about this.
No.
You just have to say, hey guys, so my dog has explosive diarrhea. Bye.
Yeah.
Here's the meds.
But the house was pristine, absolutely pristine, and he did his best. And I
You
admire
know,
that.
it's all we can do these days. We just
Yeah.
do our best. Just do
Yeah.
our best. And I gotta say, most people really are trying to do their best out there.
I
Um,
believe that.
yeah, yeah. There was a point. There was one person on my journey to DC who was not doing their best.
Uh-oh.
We were very delayed, right? And finally took off. Landed at Reagan and sat there and sat there and sat there and sat there.
This is the
And
getting off the plane at midnight thing, right? Jeez.
the pilot was like, all right, everybody. So because everything's been so crazy, we don't have a gate. There's a plane still there, also delayed. We just have to wait for the plane to leave. Should be soon. Tick, 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 tick. Okay, flight. We can see the plane. It's leaving. Pulling back from the gate. We'll be there soon. Great. Tick, 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 tick. Okay, well, the plane had to pull back into the gate because apparently one of their passengers is having a meltdown and needs to be removed from the plane. So they're finding us a new gate. And about that time, because Shane and I came into this kind of late, right? Like we got to the airport by like 5:30, but the people who were meant to be on that plane, they thought that they were leaving at 4 and that they would be home by what, like
Yeah.
6:30, right?
Right.
And so that was 6 hours later than they even thought. And so they're like, Shane and I were like pissed, obviously, but you could just kind of tell everyone around was like, so then it was like another half an hour until
Oh my God.
rolls over to the gate. And last night, we went to Soldier Field to watch some soccering. Those storms rolled through.
Yes.
And Shane and we were like trying to get a lift. And we were waiting for the lift to roll over. We were standing like next to this pillar and watching the wind and the rain just like whipping.
Soldier Field, man. What is it with us at Soldier Field and this weather?
As God is my witness, I will never go to Soldier Field again. As God,
did you tell him about the United Lounge?
I know. But it was Shane and I were standing next to that pillar, like watching the lifts, like cancel.
Oh,
and I was like, I'd rather be standing against this pillar in the rain than sitting on that fucking tarmac, just like doop 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 doop. When we're gonna get off this plane, at least I have autonomy next to this pole in this storm.
You're not in a sky bus with people who are about to blow any second. You can feel the anger around you. You could like cut it with a knife. I hate that feeling where you're like, everyone's going to flip out. It just takes one. And like that gate, it takes one fucking person and then the whole powder keg explodes.
And then you're sitting there for 3 hours. Because, right. And there's like 3 kids on that plane who it's like 5 hours past their bedtime and they're starting to murmur too. And everyone's like, you know what? If that kid starts crying, I'm going to start crying too.
Yeah. More to the flies.
Shane and I were both just like, after those goddamn clams, leaning against that pillar, waiting for the lift to come pick us up. Because we were like, this is the 3rd worst commute that we've had so far this week. And we made it home and it was fine. It was crazy. It was just like.
And really, I feel like that's the theme. It's like eventually you do make it home and eventually it's fine. But the process is insane. Insane.
Yeah. Like fully, this is why people never leave their houses.
Yeah. That's part of the 40s life is I always have to tell myself it'll be fun when I get there. That's what I have to tell myself to attend various functions. And it doesn't help when when you are like getting yourself pumped up to go to then have the world be like the whole way. That's not helping. That does not help
Yeah.
things.
Right? Yeah. And we were soaking wet, and cold. And Shane was like, man, I'm really cold. And I was like, I know, isn't it great? Don't you just
Yes.
like
Enjoy it. Yes.
I was like, literally 48 hours before that, we were also at an outdoor stadium, and it was 101 degrees. 48 short hours before.
Just nothing in the middle. But today you're in a crew neck sweatshirt, and that counts for a lot. I say.
It really is just fine. I was like,
oh,
whatever.
Jesus.
You got to roll with it. But really, if I get invited to, there's a few months left in the city for me. If someone invites me to go see anything at Soldier Field, I will say, no, thank you.
Yeah, pass. I'm still not recovered from our Beyonce trauma, so I'm right there with you.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Not Beyonce, to be clear, was not the trauma. No. Soldier Field was the trauma. Okay.
Trauma. Yeah. So I was there with Sarah Hansen, friend of the party.
Yeah.
Also was with us at Beyonce. And we both decided that the next time Beyonce rolls through, we will go literally anywhere other than Soldier Field. Like,
I'd love a United Center. I really would, but she likes an outdoor stadium.
We'll go to London. I'd go to fucking Las Vegas. I'd go to
Those are big words.
I'd go to LA. I would literally fly to LAX.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, that's bold.
I'm saying
that's bold.
I'm saying a lot of things. That's how much
bold.
I am never going to Soldier Field ever again.
Well, listen, I can't tell you didn't have 2 nightmare experiences there, so I understand for sure. I've only had the one. But that sucks.
Beyonce last summer too. That was worse than Beyonce this time. Yeah.
You're done. She's done.
I'm not going.
She's done.
Of course, if you're flying to LAX, you do need to go through O'Hare to get there.
So you'd already be here.
There are problems. With everything. Indeed. So who can say? But I'm never going back to Soldier Field. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I can't blame you. It sucks. It just should be a lot better. But those weather pieces, you're just sitting duck. You're sitting duck there. It's tough.
Yeah, it kept getting worse and worse. The other thing, like, wow, these storms really are holding off. Yeah, and they really did for like 4 hours. The problem was it was a double header. I don't know what they called 2 soccer matches next to each other. Double header.
That sounds right.
Sounds right. That's what they call it in baseball.
Double decker. You like a double decker bus? Because British. I don't know.
Yes, double decker. It was a double decker. And they put an hour between the matches, and that was the kicker. Because by halftime of the second match, we were fucked.
You're dust.
Over. Yeah, it was over.
Well, Brooke and I took his kids last night to a little place called Medieval Times, which is indoor and was a smash hit sensation, I gotta say. It was
you can't
so funny.
say that sentence to me and not give me time to recover from.
And you want to know whose idea it was? Because I was like, weather looks like it's going to be shit. These kids have spent a week with their cousins and grandparents in a house in Michigan, and this house looks like a bomb went off because it's just boxes, and all we've been doing is unpacking. And I was like, what would be really dumb and fun? Let's go to Medieval Times. And the kids are the perfect ages where the older ones can think it's stupid, but it still is like fun stupid. And the young one loved it, just loved it. she's planning a whole Renaissance like costume to wear to a Renaissance fair now. Has like been drawing it all morning. Loved it. And she got a flower. A knight flew through her, a carnation. Forget about it.
Okay,
Forget about it.
this is why city people do deserve to go to the suburbs every once in a while, because we've been here for so long.
Yeah.
I've never been to medieval times. You've never been to
Yeah.
medieval times.
Oh, contraire. I went on my 28th birthday, and then I said, I don't need to go here ever again. But you know what? Desperate times and shit weather. I was like, you know what will be a crispy, because the AC in this house has been struggle busting because of the freaking weather. And I was like, you know what's going to be crispy cold and stupid? Medieval times. And it delivered. And we walked out in pouring rain. Pouring rain.
The first time I went to Benihana, I was like, this is what you people do out here?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
just
Yeah. Not one of those children and not my boyfriend had ever been. And I was like, I set expectations and I was like, listen, this will be overpriced and deeply, deeply cheesy. All right. This is what we're doing. It's like
they were
dinner
into it.
theater.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The
Oh, yeah.
original dinner theater.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I gotta tell you though, the MC, he's like the guy, he's like, welcome. And then he's like, here are the rules. And then he comes out in the middle and like talks to the king and queen and everybody and tells you all the things. Yeah, hell yeah, you have been, Pam. The MC guy looked like Donald Glover. He was the only Black person in the vicinity. But he was just killing it. He was so good and so good on his horse and extremely first on home, handsome, and just so handsome. Otherwise, I say he's very talented. But yeah, I said, oh, he's so talented.
Talented in his face.
Hot, hot. He was so hot, and then the bit.
Talented cheekbones.
Oh, he was great, and he did the thing with his hair where like it was like this long, and he like brushed it so it had like little like curly clumps. Oh, he looked so good. And he had the best like costume. Loved him. And he ends the whole thing. It's like 2 hours plus, and he ends the whole thing, and he's like, "We hope to see you next time." And then it goes like reverb on the microphone. Medieval times, and then he rides off. Oh,
He rides on the horse?
oh yeah, he's on the horse the whole time. Even during the joust. The whole time, even during the joust. And when the falconer comes out and takes the falcon, and the falcon flies above you, and you feel the breeze from the falcon on your face. Great. It's so dumb, Lisa. I can't express to you how stupid. But and it's just a cash grab. But boy,
a vegetarian turkey leg that I would be able to eat.
that is the problem, right? Because I couldn't figure, because the whole thing is like you eat with your hands, and they come out and it's pewter, and they pour the tomato soup in your bowl, and they're like, enjoy your dragon's blood. And you say, this is delicious dragon's blood we're having. And yeah. And they give you some corn on the cob, and they say, that's a dragon egg. And you go, yeah, a dragon's egg. I mean,
okay,
I
can
know.
eat both of those things.
So, but you say at the beginning, you tell your serving wench or dragon slayer, if they choose if they're a wench or a dragon slayer, that you tell them if you have dietary restrictions. So I would assume you could say, I'm a vegetarian, and they would give you some kind of loaf. I don't know what they would give you. Tofu loaf? Yeah. You're just listen, what is that? Every 38, 40, once every 14 years, it's a yes from me.
So what, that's 55?
Yep, perfect. We'll go back. So, and people go and get, the vegan meal. Look, Kristen's been. Hummus, carrot, okay, celery, 3-bean stew and fire roast tomato. Oh, she looked it up. Look at that. fresh fruit or Italian ice for dessert. See, we got a cream stuffed eclair, which was pretty good, but
Well,
weird.
equally interesting, Laura. Let me explain you the rules of soccer.
Okay, please. Please.
Everyone runs. They run.
I mean,
They run more.
anyway, the kids,
run.
even the 15-year-old who is like so hip for everything, the crown stayed on the head the whole time. She was Snapchatting like crazy. It was a vibe.
Best stepmom around.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's so expensive.
You really shot your shot, though.
I know. I know. I was just like, listen,
Have they been to the Benihana? They just chop and then they fling the food at you.
You know, we went thrifting, like we got some like, you know, an old desk for $20. It was great. But it's like at this point everyone's just in the house and grumpy and we're waiting for the storm to hit. Come on, fair ladies. And I set the bar so low, I think, but they all had a really good time. So
well, I don't know where you go from there though. They're gonna be mad at you at some
the
point.
Ren Fair is where I'm taking poor Frida, so but I'm like,
yeah, but
next
you
September
can't
maybe?
hide that from the older ones.
No, they're not going. They're not going. They'll do it for one night, but they didn't catch the carnation. You know, that's how they get you. So,
Flowers.
but I will say, medieval times greater than Soldier Field on a stormy night. I will say that.
It has a roof. For one thing.
That was really where I was like, listen, if this were like outdoor horse show, no, I would be worst stepmom in the land. But
well, phenomenal.
Yeah,
to say that.
I gotta provide content. Gotta provide content around here.
Gotta do it. I think you've been going above and beyond, Laura.
Listen, I'm just so tired of the moving of it all, which is another reason why it was so smart of you to stay for another day, like do some time in Baltimore, like just because in the house or houses right now, it's just like you look around and you're just like, oh God, gotta do that. Oh my God, I'm not doing this. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. Like I'm knitting this, but I need to be knitting this, like laundry. It's just nice to go watch the joust. You know, you gotta do it.
Yeah, just watch some joust. Well, that's how I feel. Shout out to Pam. I gotta say, shout out to Pam. Pam dropped some A+ knowledge that I think, Laura, I won't speak for you. I'll speak for me.
Please do.
And say I have been waiting 10 years for this information to come to our lands. And that is the Great Sewing Bee is now available.
It's reached our shores.
It has reached our shores 10 seasons, Laura. There's 10 seasons. So far, I have watched 13 minutes of episode 1 of season 10. I'm going to go backwards. I decided.
Oh, I like that idea.
And one of the contestants learned to sew because he leads true crime historic bike tours in his small British village.
I'm starting with season 10. You sold me. You sold me. Sorry?
He is a ventriloquist.
Okay. Maybe I'll start with season 1. No. It's, well, like, of course. That Venn diagram's a circle. You know it and I know it. Every single one of those knights over here with their long ponytails that I saw last night, they're all out here being clowns. They're doing short magic. They're doing it. Like, come on. Is he single, says Lisa.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I can pretty much guarantee that the man dressed like Sherlock Holmes on an old-timey bike leading true crime.
Or they, them, and been married for 20 years. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. One or the other.
I'll find. I'm only 13 minutes in to episode 1 because I have to work on my marketing because I'm not good at it. So that's what I've been taking myself to school, to improve where I can. So it does look like he made his own ventriloquist dummy as well. So he's a man of many talents.
Oh my God. Well, I am excited. That has been a long time coming and couldn't come at a better time for the two of us needing to pack up our entire lives. So thank you, Great Bitter Sewing Bee.
Yeah, thank you, Pam, for dropping it in the culture corner.
Yes.
What other culture does anyone need? Really? No one.
None.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
None. I know exactly what I'm doing after this. So thanks to both of you.
Roku channel. It looked like there were commercials. Maybe there still are. I'm only 13 minutes in. But I would watch so many Wagobi commercials.
Yeah.
Deprexel, give me 17 commercials.
Listen, back off, crones. I just remember that from the Olympics 4 years ago.
The Crohn's one with the jingle is my favorite.
That girl, that sassy redhead.
Yeah, where she's just like, don't let your Crohn's keep you from living your life. And you're just like, girl, turn it down. You can't be that happy.
Yeah, Pam gets a lot of ads from the Faith and Family channel. She would.
Yeah,
she would.
Make a lot of sense. That would make a lot of sense.
That's your area.
Yeah, exactly. So we'll see. But so far I have had 0 ads, and I've been through one challenge where they were supposed to make a jean skirt with front buttons, all top stitched in 3.5 hours. I was like, what is this madness? It's like making
I bet that top stitching looked like shit. That would make me feel so good. I can't wait to watch it.
It did. Oh, it looked bad. And then some people
on a machine you don't know. Yikes.
And making buttonholes on a machine they don't know. One guy, I think it was the ventriloquist guy, he was like, you know what, you have to be really careful when you're slicing your buttonholes open, and he put a pin, and he's like, you just put a pin to stop the thing, and he sliced through the pin and through the whole front of the skirt. He was like, okay, don't do that. I was like, this is the best show ever.
About to make me feel real good about myself. It's about to.
It was really hard to rip myself away. That is for sure. But I have superhuman strength. I'm a hero.
Well, but you have timed this perfectly because it's time to wrap this up. And we got through all of our tales.
We did. Get yourself to the Roku channel, everyone.
Done.
Get some pewter bowls for your dragon's blood. Settle in for some.
That's right.
TV.
Release the falcon. And you're off.
And you're off. But yeah, I was sitting there eating my breakfast this morning, like 3.5 hours. How are you gonna do that?
Royal's like.
For the first challenge, I was like, you must be joking. Yeah, A++. Content will never quit too, because there's 10 seasons.
Thank God. God. Well, and double thank God. I can't believe it's the last day of July. It's so crazy. But I wanted to just give a last minute plug. We get to change our virtual calendars that is available at AllysonDeckheisen.com. I look forward to those so much.
It's a cute one.
I just saw the August one. Yeah, I was poking around looking for the link to your merch just for one more shout out. But here we go. But
I'll figure that out.
But yeah, that August one is super cute. So grab the merch, follow the link to the merch if you're joining us live, and then while you're there, Pick up a calendar, why don't you? It's free 50.
It's free 50, no taxes. Yeah, yeah, no taxes. So get it.
Love it.
All right. Well, Laura, as always, so lovely to chat with you.
Oh my God, you too.
It will be like a month until we do this again because of various things.
Schedulings. But the
Yeah.
good news is, for really just for me, not for the rest of you, the good news is that I'll get to see Allyson tomorrow and play some cards. So that's really important and is a key thing to our friendship. So I've got that to look forward to.
You all can spend the weekend with me too. There is still availability in my classes that start this weekend, including Foxberry, Joe, and Design Your Own Raglan Sweater. But registration closes tonight. So if you're
So do it, lady.
to look at this space, this is the only way I know to mark it, is begging into the camera desperately.
Do it, y'all. Do it. Okay, we did it. We did it for sure.
Great. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us again. And we'll see you. We'll see you at the end of August. All right.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.